This video will demonstrate how to create web diagrams using SPSS Modeler and NodeXL. To begin, you must first have NodeXL installed on your computer. You can find NodeXL on the web by searching for NodeXL, and it takes you to the home page for NodeXL. Once you have downloaded and installed the software, you will need two files in order to create web diagrams. You will need a IBM SPSS modeler stream with a text mining node seen here, and you will also need a NodeXL prep file, which is stored in the utilities folder in the Acer space. First, copy the NodeXL prep template and paste it or save it locally on your computer. I have saved mine to the desktop. Open your NodeXL prep template where you have saved it locally. You have to save this file locally in order for the web diagram to be generated, since NodeXL itself is stored locally on your computer. Let me orient you to the NodeXL prep interface. On the right, we have the document actions pane, which is where the web diagram that you generate will be displayed. On the left, we have several tabs or worksheets. The last two worksheets, prep edges and prep vertices, are the worksheets in which you will input data from the text mining node. And the first two worksheets, edges and vertices, will reference prep edges and prep vertices respectively to create the web diagram. Okay. Let us begin by first running the text mining node. Once the interactive workbench is open, go to the Categories and Concepts view. Score your categories. Click on All Documents and then click Display. On the right of the screen, we will see the category bar and the category web table. These are the tabs where from which we will export data into the NodeXL prep template. The category web table contains the information that will create your edges, which are the connections in your web diagram, and we will need all the information located here. Right click and select all, and then right click and select copy, and we are going to paste this information in the prep edges worksheet of the NodeXL prep template. Select cell A2 and then paste the information. We have to do a little cleanup, so I will select columns B and C, and what I want to clean up is these numbers in parentheses, which tell me how many responses are in, or how many documents have been assigned to the category cell, for example 31. But this information is not necessary for the web diagram. So I'm going to Control F to find all the instances of something asterisk in brackets. And then I'm going to replace that with nothing. So I click Replace All, and it has made these replacements. And then I can close these windows. So we have our Category 1 and Category 2, and the count. That's the number of responses shared by these two categories. So body and cell share 6 responses. And here we have a column that gives the percentage. Well, although the default is A2 divided by 14, we need to go back to our interactive workbench to see how many documents we have in this specific case. So I have a total of 55 responses. So I go back to NodeXL prep and I change this formula to read the count divided by the total, which is 55 responses, and this will give me the percentage of responses shared by these categories. And then I will fill in the rest of this column by double-clicking on the edge of the cell. The width is a standard measurement that we have been using, and we use a width of 4, which gives us reasonable visibility even for a small web diagram or for a large one that we might put on a poster. So I fill in 4 for this entire column. And finally, I assign each percentage or each connection or edge a style. So the categories are, if it's a percentage larger than 75, it gets a 1, greater than 50, a 2, greater than 25, a 3, else it gets a 5. So I will fill in this for the rest, and we see we have a lot of 5s, 3s, and some 2s, no 1s. And the visibility column asks for a visibility of 2, which is invisible, not shown, whenever the style is 5, because we don't want to show lines that have a smaller than 25% shared responses by the two categories. Okay, so I fill this in as well. The other piece of information I will need is the information that will create the size of the nodes. And I go back to the text mining interactive workbench, and now I select the category bar. The category bar for each category gives the name, a bar representing its frequency, the percentage of responses in that category, and then finally the number of responses or documents in that category. Again, I have to select this entire table, so I select all the cells and I copy. So in this case I'm going to use Control-C for copy, and then I'm going to paste these in the Node Excel prep template, but this time in the prep vertices worksheet. Again, I go to cell A2 and I paste. Okay, so now each category has an entry, and the count has been repeated twice, but that's okay, it's an easier format for pasting. And then I determine the size of the node according to its percentage. So the percentage has been given to me by the text analysis workbench, so I don't have to calculate this. However, I have used this key. If it's greater than 75, I give it a size of 7, greater than 50, a size of 5, greater than 25, a size of 3, else a size of 2. And again, these have been found to be useful for both PowerPoint presentations and poster presentations. Okay, so I fill in this column. Now all the information I need from the text mining node and the interactive workbench has been pasted into Node Excel Prep.